Movember, men's mental health, general mental health. This is me throwing my hat in the ring for what I found to be pretty useful. You've probably heard a decent bit about journaling, but what you mightn't have heard as much about is bullet journaling, which is the kind of technique I've been using for the last couple of years. That's kept me in pretty good form. Any bout of kind of depression or feeling low, anxiety, stress, any of that generally doesn't last longer than a few days. And I put a lot of that down to this bad boy. Here's how it works. Bullet journal is a way of documenting your life, thoughts, events, just a little bit better and making it kind of easy to stay consistent with it. I'll explain how I organize it for myself, but all you really need is a dotted journal and numbered pages. I got this on Temu for like €7 or €8. First 4 pages you're going to leave blank and just write index at the top. So whether that's your first full spread, index, thankfully this has one built in on this one. Your next full spread page, which is like kind of 2 sides, this is where you start your monthly planner. As an example, this is my August. You write August at the top, the days of the month down the left hand side, the first letter of each day of the week next to that, and then I like to leave a little slot for just my rating of the day out of 10. This also gives you a chance to put in ahead of the month what kind of important dates you have coming up or events or whatever's going on. And then as you go through the days, I like to fill in kind of just one highlight from the day or something that happened that made the day kind of interesting. I do the same thing on this other side, and I leave 2 little slots for just putting in my weight every morning. I use this side for my training diary. So whether it's a carb load day, whether we had championship that day, any of those details go into the training half. You then start your daily log. So usually it takes me 8 pages, right? Daily log, and do that for 4 full spreads like that. This just gives me scope to write whatever happens on any day, and that all fits in under the day that you're thinking it on. Like some days are pretty basic, there's just things that happen. There's nothing too deep going on in my head. Other days, like here on Friday, 3rd of October, I could have a lot going on in my head and I'm trying to do a lot of figuring out, but I can just fit it all in under the Friday, 3rd of October label, and it can consume as much space as it needs. You can also kind of categorize the things going on. So I like to do a little minus for if it's a task that I have to complete, and then when I complete it, I turn it into a plus. Bullet points are just something that happened. So the Dublin Marathon Expo was on that day. The triangle I use as like my thought or kind of reflection mode. Most days it's just like a couple of lines about what I do. There's nothing deep going on. But having the habit of writing things down just means that when that time comes, if I'm feeling fried or stressed or I don't know what to do with like the next few months of my life or what direction I'm going, I kind of have this place as somewhere I can go and flesh out my thoughts, just so I can stop fucking annoying myself thinking about it. I swear by it for organising my life as well as keeping my head in decent shape. But yeah, drop us a message or a comment or whatever if you'd like to learn a little bit more about that, if it sounds decent to you.